Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. Oh, little cheerier video today compared to the last one. So, um, still gonna have some issues with the tariffs, more because of difficulty in getting parts than anything else. Um, but I have quite a bit of parts on hand, and I'm trying to find alternate vendors. And in one case, I'm actually looking into a U.S. supplier for enclosures, which is one of the biggest, well, literally biggest part of the of the controller is the enclosure. I found a new one which is made in the U.S. A little bit smaller, kind of a unique shape. So uh, let's see if I can get something worked out with that. The digital sticks I'm having no problem getting. The analog sticks I'm a little worried about. But I bought quite a few to keep on hand, so we'll see what happens. I mean, once the store shelves run out, American people are not going to really stand for that. So, this is the ANDI controller, the analog digital. And it's nice because you have a analog control or digital control, and the Star Wars the arcade game is really an example, a real prime example of the importance of analog controls for the 5200. The game is more or less unplayable with the digital control because that's all you got, man. You got the cardinal points and the center. So if I go to play, it's good luck trying to hit anything. Of course, with the analog stick, because this is the ANDI, you can just switch to analog controls and the game is actually playable. This is actually a really good game for me to test the centering of the pot, more so than even the pots on the controller, even more so than the Atari Max cartridge. I think I need to. I see now I have to bias a little high, even though it's supposed to be 7.2 hex is centered. It's actually closer to 7.5, so they biased it off to the right and up of center, the folks at Atari. Hey, I blew up a Death Star. Woo! So, there's another Death Star? What the heck? Why? Yeah, but again, and then you can play games like, let's see, what's Pac-Man under? Miss Pac-Man under. Miss Pac-Man, we meet again. She's a cruel mistress, Miss Pac-Man. Trying to keep it more upbeat this one. So, again, now if you want to play, I actually prefer the analog stick or on the 5200. I don't know. It just seems to get a little more precise control, even with a game you would think would be better for digital. I find myself going over the ANDI here. Screwed myself there. Let's see. See if the game is actually better in the digital. Not that I don't want people to buy the ANDI. It's a good controller. But I really Maybe like Decathlon would probably be better. Yeah, let's see. How do you select this game? Oh, wife had asked me a question. So this game's not much better with digital. Let's see what actually is better digital. I'm kind of curious now. I mean, games are completely playable, but probably Frogger. Let's see. Frogger, Dig Dug. Let's see. Yeah, probably Dig Dug would be good. Can't remember if this is the beta one or the final. Oh, I love Dig Dug. This is just like the 800XL's version, which I like. Oh yeah. That's really good with the digital stick, actually. Oh, that's definitely easier with the digital. Can you tell I grew up right-handed on the joystick? Joypads, of course. Joypads, of course, I play with my left hand. But I find myself playing with the digital stick right-handed when it's an actual joystick. I forgot what font of a version this was. Yeah, so the digital stick is a really good game like this. Is Dig Dug. One of my favorites. But yeah, nice clicky joystick. So the got a bunch of orders in the queue right now, along with one mod upgrade and a. What are you doing over there? A mod upgrade and a couple repair things, which is not. I haven't been doing that much, but probably should get used to doing that again, just in case. I actually don't mind doing the mod stuff. The only boring ones when you're stuck doing like recaps on like some Sega product. I played a lot of Dig Dug. So yeah, it's a fun classic. But yeah, on the Intellivision controller, I've got that all figured out. I'm gonna recut one more. Just because that one little bit of spacing and I'm not 100% happy with. There's a connector which is too close to one wall. And I discovered I did have to add diodes to the 3 buttons. So you're not having to press 2 buttons to get the 3rd button. That's like hokey. So got that figured out. And that works. I breadboarded it. So it's a matter of doing a final build, really. Stupid fire. But yeah, that's coming up shortly. I think I'm probably in between a couple of these controllers. I have like big Russian ANDI controllers for some reason, so that's why I'm showing you one right now. And I gotta take some updated photos of the ANDI as well, because my photos on my website don't have the nice textured surface. So the enclosure I found on the US supplier is intriguing because it has a textured surface already, but it's kind of a different shape. So that'll be exciting. Expect that in a couple weeks, but I want the Intellivision version first, and that's more of an alternate US version. And I already have the design for, I have a ANDI HAP version which uses all HAP buttons and digital stick. So that's coming up too. So not all is not lost. I should be able to make some controllers, regardless of stupidity. I haven't even put the screws in this one yet. So yeah. Really good with digital stick, actually. This game really benefits from digital control, I'll give it that. But yeah, so I'm just going to finish putting this back together. Well, not putting it back together, putting it together initially. Is what I do when I'm done, is I do two things. I go through now, because I had a couple issues where this connector would come loose during shipping, and the DuPont connectors want to walk off a little bit. And of course I go through and neaten up the, I put some standoff bases in here, sticky bases to tie everything down. So I'm just going to finish that up. But yeah, this is the inside of the ANDI. I always do one final test after I put everything back together. The digital stick is in parallel with the analog stick, so that's why you don't have to flip any switches. It's one or the other. So nice SanWa style buttons. The HAP is actually pretty cool. HAP style, they're different from your SanWas. Your HAPs are like this, with a big old micro switch, which I don't think, it's gonna be pretty tight under the panel. It might fit. Nah, it's gonna be close. I did get a deeper version of this enclosure, just in case. So all I have to do now is put some sticky base, and then the HAP joystick itself. Well, all the other bits are down there, but it's this big old massive chunk of steel. Look how deep that is behind the panel. That one would still fit behind a regular panel too. But that's going to be like an upgrade in case anyone prefers the HAP style. I kind of like the HAP buttons. They're nice and clicky, and they have they're concave on the top instead of being convex. So that's kind of cool. That's come up. This is just going to be a modification for an upgrade from the regular ANDI. So it'll be an ANDI HAP. What did I do with my Widow sticky bases? Got my Pac-Man shirt on. Pac-Man is always a challenging game. Miss Pac-Man too. This Pac-Man's harder than Pac-Man. I grabbed a handful of them. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. One thing I did do recently is I switched from I used to buy this 3-button thing for doing my start, pause, and reset button. But the price, I mean, even before tariff, is already like outlandish. It was getting crazy. It's like, all right, come on, guys. I'm not paying like $9 for this stupid little switch. So I can solder it and build it myself for a lot less than that. And indeed I did. Oh, why are you under there? Oh, you shouldn't be under there. And because I'm moving stuff around, I will retest it afterwards. So everything gets tied down nicely. Oh, it is hot in my office right now. This is just the finishing touches on an ANDI. I already drilled out the bottom of the enclosure. these, I know I have to bend down slightly or it doesn't fit in the box very well. Zip ties for everyone. You get a zip tie. You get a zip tie. Keeps everything from knocking around too much inside the enclosure during shipment. Gives you a little bit of longevity. But yeah, I switched to making these little 3-button myself. Bring my cost down a little bit. So looking, as long as I can get the parts, I'm probably gonna have to do some price adjustments, but hopefully nothing too crazy. But I put like really pessimistic numbers up on my website. Sorry about that. It's probably not going to be anywhere near that bad because a lot of these smaller components I like bought ahead like 2 years worth of parts, so that should go on for a while. And if I can get the U.S. enclosure, my main problem is the joysticks. American-made joysticks are hideously expensive, like $200 to $400 minimum, which is just insane. So I'm thinking of doing, I mean, if it gets really bad and I can't get any more analog joysticks, I'm gonna have to do some reverse engineering and copy it and print it out myself, which I'm not looking forward to, but if I must, I will, because I can print an ABS and go down that road. I really don't want to go down that road because it's ridiculous. And stuff, all the wasted effort we have right now trying to figure out how to deal with all these goofy tariffs. I'm sick of the word. I'm sick of the concept. It just really lets me know if somebody never went to college and never took Econ 101. That's one of the things you learn in every Econ 101 class is tariffs and how much they suck. They don't work very well. Like during the 1970s, you had lots of high tariffs on foreign auto manufacturers, and you ended up with the malaise era of U.S. auto manufacturing, where you just keep cranking out these inefficient boats built like crap because you were protected. I remember when we used to have a free market economy. Those were halcyon days, weren't they? Hold on a second. I'm going to go into my magic cabinet for just a minute. I need screws. Yeah, I bought hundreds and hundreds of pots and screws and all the other little things you need to build these things up. Capacitors, I think I bought over 1,000. Over 1,000 capacitors. I bought, over 200 potentiometers. These little fast-on connectors. These aren't hard to come by, though. You can get U.S. manufacturers of this without too much trouble. I was actually kind of impressed. The U.S. manufacturer is actually cheaper than the Chinese for the enclosure. Not the exact same size, but similar. It was very competitive, if not a little better. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised. Of course, injection molded plastic has so little labor content anyway, so it doesn't matter where you make it. If it's here. And that being said, I'm actually not unhappy with the quality of the Chinese injection molding is pretty gosh darn good, which is a shame because it's like use each country is what they're best at, guys. That's the whole point of global trade. I can't get a Swiss watch from Indiana. I can't get Colombian coffee from Colorado. It's just what it is. And if you want toys and high quality injection molded plastic, China's pretty darn good. U.S. isn't bad at all. There's a couple U.S. manufacturers still. There's Hammond, Bud, and the company I bought from, I can't remember the name right now. But there's quite a few in U.S. based as well. Come on, baby. But just waiting for the hot glue gun to finish up. Wires. And after this, I get to box this up and send it out. My boxers are made in the U.S. Yeah, well, my biggest problem is the joysticks. The digital ones there seems to be pretty ample supply. The analog are the ones that kind of worry me. I suppose I can reverse engineer it. I really don't want to, though. It's not like super complicated. The only problem is going to be like there's a bunch of springs. There's 2 springs in there, and you have to make sure it's strong enough and all that jazz. And I got the source of springs. Oh, come on. You can do it. It's taking a while to heat up today. Probably because it wasn't charged very well. I could smell it. Yeah, sat down and thought about it. I was like, you know what happens. We're all in this together. It's probably going to be about 2 weeks or so. The store shelves are going to be emptying out. There's just not much coming in. Christmas is going to be sad. There's going to be no toys for Christmas. Really? Come on, baby. You can do it. There we go. Oh, of course, yeah. Start my besmirch you. So I just go through and throw a little bit of hot glue across the DuPont connectors here just to keep them from separating at all during, mostly during transport. I could throw some goober across there too. That won't hurt it. And then the big one I've had a couple separations on is the DB15 here. This is the most notorious here that this will want to walk off, which I don't want. I have occasionally seen not often, but I have occasionally seen these fast-ons come off, but not very often. They're pretty on there, to be honest with you. They don't go anywhere. And then the knobs are the joystick overlay. This guy here, that's actually bonded with the E6000. You can give it a day or two to cure. So those are on there basically forever. See, I'll probably take a photo of this in a minute. A couple photos, some beauty shots, and box it up. And then after this, I got another ANDI, and then I've got a couple more overlays, and then I've got an order for 2 classics. Once I get through these orders, though, I definitely want to get that. I want to get the Intellivision True 16 out the door. I got it working. It's just a matter of like time. Why are you not screwing well? It's corner. Sometimes likes to. Not line up perfectly. Maybe the Chinese aren't that perfect. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be kind of neat having a U.S. made enclosure. I won't be able to call this USA. I think you need like 70 or 80% of your parts to be manufactured in the U.S. to be called made in the USA. This is a assembled in USA controller. This is made in the U.S. This is made in the U.S. This I manufacture myself in the U.S. This is in the U.S. The label on the back, the serial label is U.S. The box it comes in the U.S. The bag I put in is made in the U.S. All the printer paper's made in the U.S. Why isn't this screwing down? This is starting to tip me off slightly. Almost like the thread size. It's interesting how global trade works. Why am I getting stuck on here, guys? It's not bad. It's just a little more resistance than I'm used to. You're nice and flush. Like I said, I like to do a final turn on. Make sure everything's working. My favorite testing games out is Choplifter. Nice. Let's see. Feather it. Yep. That button works. That button works. Reset works. Start works. Pause works. And of course, you could play this with the digital stick just fine. Frantic with the digital stick, to be honest with you. Whoa. Well, guys. A lot easier to land with the analog. So this is going to get boxed up and it's shipped out. I might not take pictures of this one. I might do the next one. This one's been sitting around a while. So everyone, thank you for your patience. We'll make it through this. Keep on trying to make controllers for everyone. And wish everyone the best of luck.